sometimes not be by age, not be by people when senior people. So you senior me not mean say you will get sense past me. And that's basically what's panning out in Biggie's house, not be by age, okay? Not be seniority matter.
Ryan Little.
Hey Betha, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Betha. I'm so glad to have you guys here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button before you leave. Also give this video a very big thumbs up right now or at the end if you enjoyed watching it, okay? Please watch my adverts. Yeah, we're back there. Kindly watch my adverts, alright? Thank you. Now, let's get straight into the gist of this video. And I want to talk about some things that happened yesterday because I didn't have the time to, talk about them. But I also feel like you guys need to understand what happened yesterday because we're going to be talking about them in the next couple of days, on Friday specifically, okay? Now, earlier yesterday, Biggie had told the housemates, well, separately, White House separately, Colored House separately, he had sent in briefs to them. Of course, we have our ninjas back and all of that, and they've been working really hard, okay? So Biggie sent in briefs to the housemates, and in the brief, it read that their wager task would hold on Friday. Now, taking our minds back to the previous seasons, I'm like, why are we having this one on Friday? Like, what happened? Are we not going to have jacuzzi party? Well, this time around, pool party because there's no jacuzzi in the house anymore. All we have right now is a pool. So I'm like, why Friday though? Like, what happened? But then again, it's Biggie's house, Biggie's rule. So basically, they will be having their wager task on Friday and not be by seniority. Okay. Now, when this brief came into the house, of course, white people got their own separate, colored people got their own separate, but then it read the same thing. What I noticed was the organization, the unity to an extent between the colored housemates. Okay, Biggie had given them an instruction, and part of it was that they were going to have a presentation, the usual presentations for their wager task on Friday. And Biggie had told them that they had to group themselves into 3 groups of 4. Of course, you guys know that in the White House we have 12 people, in the colored house we have 12 people. So they're supposed to group themselves 4 in a group. That means they would have 3 groups in the White House and 3 groups in the colored house, okay? And then he also told them that it was supposed to be a talent show and each group would present various talents as a whole presentation. So for example, if you're a singer, I'm a dancer, this one is a drummer, then the other one, I don't know what that one going to do for there, but all of you are supposed to show your talents individually but in a group. Okay, so me will be dancer, I'm showing my talent as a dancer, but I'm doing it in my group with the rest of my teammates. The person singing is showing his or her talent as a singer, but at the same time, he or she is doing it in a group with the rest of his or her teammates. And of course, he told them the criteria he would use to pick the winners and all of that. Now, at this point, we are sure that, they are going to have the presentations together. I mean, the White House and the Colored House, or so I presume, because looking at how they played the head of house games yesterday, I mean, it was just obvious that they would be doing a lot of tasks together, and it just made sense. Okay, so I'm thinking that on Friday they would have their wager task together, and they would all show their talent and whatnot. Maybe this house, if they win, they probably would get the supplies for that week, while the other house would starve. I really don't know, I'm just thinking out loud here, but basically Biggie gave them these briefs to work on and all of that. And let me tell you guys, as soon as Biggie did that, the colored housemates got to it. Like, they started planning, they started trying to group themselves, blah blah blah, while these White House people are not really even know what they do there, because instead of them to just start to they group themselves and all of that, I mean, they grouped themselves, but there were just a lot of arguments here and there. I thought that the colored housemates were the ones that like arguments, but you see, these White House people I don't really understand. They argue. That was even when they now had the first altercation, the first major altercation. Well, I will not even call it major because they not really cause themselves like that. They shout, and it was between Chichi and Bella. Apparently, Chichi felt like, you know what, the way people share this group, we already know the group that is going to win because they all have talent and all of that. You would have shared it like this, you would have shared it like that. And Bella is like, no, we've shared it and that's how it's going to be. But I mean, the way Chichi asked here, she wasn't even shouting, no. But Bella was just like, no, it's going to be like that, it's going to be like that. And then Chichi was like, oh yeah, now people should be dancing, everybody should be dancing. Like, it was just really funny. And in my mind, I'm like, The time you people are using to be arguing, brothers and sisters, use it to be planning, because Biggie is not here to play. I felt like the housemates in the colored house were more organized because they really went straight to work, they grouped themselves, they already started planning and all of that. I'm not saying that the colored housemates will win or not. I'm just saying that their attitude towards Biggie's task is really important. Like, Biggie cannot be telling people something and you now be taking it lightly and all of that. But anyways, now them sabi. Even after they finished playing the head of house game again yesterday, hmm, these colored housemates went back and they sat down to have a strategic meeting. Like, they sat down and started thinking strategically. Like, you know what? We now win head of house. So there's a chance that, one or two of us will be up for possible eviction. But before anybody gets evicted, let us sit down and plan as a family. Because at this point, the competition is not really about them, in that house. Their competition for now, is between them and the other house, that's the White House. So while the White House people were still, enjoying and jumping up and down, saying, "Oh yes, we won," everybody is going to know that, the White House will not dey carry last. They just they laugh, they make noise. These ones they sit down. Now they started talking about one another, because apparently before they all came into Biggie's house here, they had been paired into twos, so they all had roommates. But then upon getting into Biggie's house, of course they were split into different houses based off of the cards that they wrote their names on. So they were all very excited to reunite with one another yesterday during the head of house games. And of course, when the housemates in the colored house, went back in, they started telling each other, "Oh, my roommate was actually this person, and this is how this person behaves. This person is very smart. You guys have to be very careful about this person." They were not telling one another things, more like trying to form a strong team against the White House, which is exactly what it's supposed to be, because now again, okay, so for example, farm service roommate back then was Elo Swag, and he was telling them that Elo Swag is a very nice person. He's just like him, he's very smart, he's intelligent, he's this, he's that. They were just telling themselves one after the other. And then when it got to Fina's time, she was now telling them that her roommate was Chichi, and yeah, that Chichi is a stripper, Chichi is an orphan just like herself, because she's also an orphan. She was like, Chichi is just here for the money. Oh, see, Chichi will do anything, whatever it takes to win. So anybody when they love the girl, and their matter be that, because the girl is not here for love, her eyes on the prize, blah 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 blah. Say the Chichi girl self get wahala. Say when they did their room, say Chichi just they do anyhow. Say she just they give Chichi the coded, the quiet type of Fina, but she dey wish say they bring Chichi come their house, say she go show Chichi the kind of person where she be. I say, which one be all this one? Madam, give them relevant information that they will need in case there's a competition or something that they have to do. They say she did this, like the Fina girl, I not really know what she dey talk. What is this about? But if you reach to talk sex matter now, and she carry am for head. Yesterday she was just telling them, sex position, you do like this, you do like this. As a guy, you grab the breast like this. As a boy, you do wait happen. Anyways, moving on, guys. There was also this conversation between Bella and her love interest, or I don't know what I would even call them, Sheggz. After the whole head of house games and all of that, they all went back to their houses, blah blah blah. Bella was not telling Sheggz, you saw Beauty, you went to sit down beside her. You went to sit down beside Beauty, Abi. My mind, I'm like, which kind of jealousy be this one? Like, are you guys an item already? I mean, you guys have not made it public. We don't know for sure. So which one is the way to sit down beside Beauty? Blah 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 blah. Anyway, nothing concern me, because even that yesterday in the afternoon, two of them they were having a conversation, and then Bella was telling Sheggz, "Oh, I'm very clingy. Anyway, when my man there, I want dey there. If you go bedroom, I want go bedroom, follow him. If you go here, I want join body, follow him. Blah 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 blah." And I'm like, okay, Sheggz, I don't dey tell you. So if you are not a clingy person, or if you don't like clingy people, then you need to pot. Okay. In fact, Sheggz even asked her, like, "Do you think your parents will let you get married to a Yoruba man, seeing that you're an Igbo girl?" And she's like, "Yeah, her parents don't have a problem." I'm like, should we start getting ready for Ashebi? Because under 2 days, well, it might just have been an honest question. Better shut up your mouth. But yeah, now jam already my body. I say make I just mention now. Okay. Anyways, guys, that's it from me on this particular video. I really just wanted to put all of this out there so that we can build up from there, whatever happens today and all of that. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.